Good morning, Facebook and YouTube.
And the tax will amount unsolicited emails. This is Kevin Britt at the Idaho National Bank. Never provide your personal information, business, or financial institution.
What's up, TJ Ferguson? What's up, Cassie? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
When it comes to your final arrangements, shouldn't you make the decisions? The arrangements you make will reflect your exact wishes and desires. Rearranging your own service will help to ease the burden of your loved ones. It will also alleviate any questions, problems, or differences which can affect rearrangements. 216-4449. Kelly. Clarity Funeral Services.
First State Bank Studios, good morning. I'm Oran Jackson with Micah Frazier.
Good morning, Oran County.
Saying we're in the time to reading some scripture. It's Proverbs 4. It says, "My son, pay attention to what I say. Turn your ears. Do not let them out of your sight. Keep them within your heart. For they are life to those who find them and health to one's whole body. Above all else, guard your heart. For everything you do flows from it. Keep your mouth free of perversity. Keep corrupt talk far from your lips. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or the left. Keep your foot from evil." That was Proverbs 4. You're tuned into Audible's first 96.7 KBL.
I wish everybody out there happy Friday. Topic of the day is fun and cost-friendly weekend plans. We got some ideas for you that's easy on the wallet and that you can do with families, as a couple, and as solos. We got more country music coming up for you. We got right after this break. Pastor Johnson says I'll be here for a few minutes, then I have to move, help on with the doctor call. Hope we'll be back before the show ends. Yep, come on back. TJ Ferguson, what we playing today?
I haven't heard a word and haven't seen her since. She disappeared quicker than this double shot of gin. 'Cause everybody at the bar started asking that your girl, she like her, where she been? I ain't quite sure. Good question, no telling, but I bet she's probably in Texas. Never really long, I know. Just stay saying that after all that makes us go. If she ain't with me out here in Tennessee, then I don't know where she's headed. I reckon she's probably in Texas. She's probably in Texas. She might be down in Georgia.
Appreciate the hearts and the likes. She's
your trace. Yeah, that's where all that makes us go. If she ain't with me out here in Tennessee.
Lego Star Wars. Nice. Any weekend plans for y'all?
I think I'm just chilling this weekend.
Gotta go mark off my spot at Tuscaloosa. Gotta go get in line early in the morning.
What are you doing?
Marking off our spot at Tuscaloosa. Camping spot for next weekend.
That was Blake Shelton. That was Texas. I'm Oran Jackson.
Micah Frazier. Here on Live on 259.
And here's your McCurtain County weather forecast. Brought to you by Pine Cellular, coverage when it matters most. Today is going to be sunny skies, highs near 92 degrees, northeast winds around 5 miles per hour. And for tonight, partly cloudy, lows around 70 degrees, northeast winds around 5 miles per hour, becoming calm.
All right, we got some ideas for you this weekend. It looks like it's going to be a pretty nice weekend. How about going for a hike or a walk at a nearby park or trail? And these are ideas for that's easy on the wallet and can do you some. Hey, a good walk and a hike can do you some good. Clear your thoughts. You never know how much you can just think when you're just just walking. On a little trail. Maybe, hey, take mom out there, dad, there's somebody to talk to.
It's the best therapy.
For real. You can just sit there and talk.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good. Have a picnic at a local park with homemade snacks. Hardly anybody does that.
Yeah.
It's always, grab something. Take the time to make those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or just whatever y'all want to have. Try geocaching or scavenger hunts around your city. I've seen there's a lady on the Hochtown page doing if you find it, it's yours or something, and it's like, she's doing like potatoes and stuff like that. I mean, that's pretty cool. If everybody started doing that. Remember they started doing those Southeast Oklahoma rocks?
Oh, yeah.
Like they painted the rocks, and if you found it, you had to put just little stuff like that. People got interested in that. Bring that back. Visit a free botanical garden or nature reserve. Just go out there and get in nature. How about some at-home fun? Host a game night or a movie marathon with friends or family. Cook a new recipe or have a chopped-style cooking challenge at home. I mean, a lot of the stuff we think about, it just comes down to money. But, there's still stuff out there that you can do that's cost friendly, and rather than spending $80 at your local dining establishment, maybe you don't have that much. Maybe you don't want to spend that much, but you can get a few ingredients and have a good family movie night or something like that.
Let's hear from the O&N News.
Cassie Johnson says no plans.
You know what they say, no plans are the best plans.
Governor's Stitt's emergency filing with the Oklahoma Supreme Court to block the city of Tulsa's agreement with the Muskogee Nation to send municipal cases involving tribal citizens to tribal court for prosecution.
The notion that there's been any time we not enforce the law in the city is false, it's incorrect, it's an outright lie. Governor knows that. Governor does not care about that.
Nichols says the governor is throwing political grenades. Governor Stitt says Nichols has essentially made Tulsa a sanctuary city with two systems of justice, one for tribal members and one for everyone else. Democratic lawmakers have scheduled 3 upcoming events at the state capitol to hear from the public on education, the state budget, and bill ideas.
Coming up September 4th, we're kicking off our Capitol Conversation series for the fall, and that's where we invite people into the state capitol, a chance to be up close with legislators, get more informed about.
Yeah, but other than that, no plans this weekend.
Many Oklahomans have great ideas for our state or just want to tell their story. The events are September 4th, October 7th, and November 18th. A homicide in southwest Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City Police Master Sergeant Dylan Quirk says a body was found in the back of a pickup truck near Southwest 36th and Parkview Avenue on Thursday morning. I'm Jackie O'Brien.
An official message from Medicare.
I'm saving money on my Medicare prescriptions. Maybe you can save too. With Medicare's Extra Help program, my premium is $0 and my out-of-pocket costs are low. Who should apply? Single people making less than $24,000 a year, or married couples who make less than $32,000. Even if you don't think you qualify, it pays to find out.
Go to ssa.gov/extrahelp. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
So you said there's an unclaimed property program in Oklahoma? What is that?
In the Treasury Department, there's an unclaimed property division, and that's basically like the lost and found bin for people's valuables in the state of Oklahoma.
So if I forgot to change my address and I had a check that I never received, is that something that will be there?
It could be. We have over $1 billion in the unclaimed property division, and we would really like to get that back to the people it belongs to.
That's a lot of money.
Big check.
Go to yourmoney.ok.gov.
The new Oklahoma City Thunder City Edition uniforms have been revealed. Rex Oates has more.
The team says the uniforms pay tribute to Oklahoma's Native American roots, what they call the heart of Oklahoma's identity and community spirit. The uniforms will debut during the team's Native American Heritage Night on November 19th when they host Sacramento. They will then wear them on each Friday night home game beginning in December. The design features a dark blue background with geometric lettering for the OKC across the chest. Other images and designs within the uniform are inspired by ceremonial regalia. I'm Rex Oates.
The menu for the upcoming Oklahoma State Fair in Oklahoma City next month is taking.
What do you have on today's
The
date?
sandwiches that will be available include a pizza grilled cheese sandwich, a maple cheesecake bacon burger, and an item called the hot chick, which is southern fried chicken on a giant donut. Get a look at all the foods at okstatefair.com. The Oklahoma City version of the State Fair opens on September 11th. I'm Jackie O'Brien.
This is the ONN, the Oklahoma News Network.
For some reason.
Get your song requests in at 286-6642 right here on Idaho's First 96.7 FM.
Here's 4x4 by You by Lane Wilson. We got signed out, I guess.
So now what?
I'm the kind to take the keys.
You know the password?
Don't sit in the shotgun seat unless I want to. If you make me want to. Hypnotized by the white lines, your hands tended to want to
We got it somewhere.
I got you.
Yeah, boy, I'm right at home. In a 4x4 by you, by you to Kentucky.
Facebook weekend plans, what y'all got?
Boy, after a long, crazy, in a 4x4 by you. Parked out in the driveway, backed up to the fire on the tailgate, feet on the dashboard. Oh, nothing I was home. Not eating nothing but we in slow motion. Up in the mountains or down by the ocean. It's all the same to me.
Appreciate
Ain't
it.
no way I'd rather been in a 4x4 by you.
Facebook Live, what's going on? Drop a follow, drop a like, and drop a comment.
We got so many names and stuff. Cass Johnson says, I will try and be back. All right. But if we don't see you again, have a great weekend. We got 22 names in the birthday list today. And like usually I have to double them or triple them. Like, you know, they get so many chances.
You don't have to do that?
Nope. They won't even let me.
Oh yeah, one girl came by yesterday to pick up her winnings.
Brandy. Was it her?
It was for, I think it was for her kid, maybe.
Was it Brandy from?
Maybe. It might have been.
She was the one that called yesterday.
What you talking about?
That was Lainey Wilson with 4x4 by You. We're talking about weekend plans that's cost friendly and stuff you can do with the family, stuff you can do with the significant other, and if you're solo dolo, stuff you can do by yourself. How about for families, a backyard camp out? Pitch a tent, roast marshmallows, and stargaze. How about a do-it-yourself pizza night and movie? I think that's what we're doing tonight. I seen it on TikTok. This girl used those yeast rolls that you got to let sit out and rise. And it looks so good. It reminds me of those, or it looks like those deep dish pizzas from the, like Little Caesars. That's still kind of doughy. Like it looked good. So I bought the ingredients. I didn't know you had to let it rise for 3 to 5 hours. So we didn't get to eat that last night. So I think that's what we're doing tonight. Park or a trail adventure. Pack snacks and make it a mini day trip. How about a scavenger hunt? Create a list of items to find around the neighborhood or park. Or a free museum or library event. Many offer weekend activities for kids. Go check out your local library.
Shout out Museum of the Red River.
Oh, yeah. Got the Museum of the Red River down here. For couples, a sunset picnic. Simple snacks, a blanket, and a great view. Just sitting down talking with your significant other. No phones. Just sitting there talking. I don't think people do that enough. And maybe that relieves a lot of stress. Like, you get to sit down, if you've been married for 30 years, how often do you just get to sit down and talk to your spouse? Without the kids, without having to go to football games, without an agenda, just to sit down, relax, and talk like y'all used to back in the old days. Cook together tonight. Now, that don't work for me because I feel like, I'm Gordon Ramsay in there. And when I start cooking, it's just like, just get out of my way. Or, I don't mean to be rude, but I just, once I start cooking, I'm cooking. I don't want nobody, I don't want to bump into nobody. I don't, excuse me. So, but if that's your thing, cook a meal tonight together. Try a new recipe or a theme like Italian or tapas. Cheap day trip. Explore a new nearby town, flea market, or a scenic drive. How about a do-it-yourself wine or coffee tasting? Grab a few inexpensive bottles of beans or make it fun at home. How about a bike ride or a walk? Pick a route with the nice scenery and bring a camera. And for those solo dolos out there, how about a nature escape? Hike, bike, or walk somewhere peaceful. Thrift or flea market hunt. Look for hidden treasures on a budget. Simple care or self-care day. Read, journal, or try a new recipe. Local free events. Check community calendars for free shows, farmers markets, or workshops. And how about a skill day? Learn something new, painting, photography, cooking, or an online. Learn something new. And, that could be for both. That could be for all three, couples, families. That really doesn't, honestly, everybody could be doing all these.
I started getting back into Duolingo.
Duolingo?
Yeah.
Like, learn something, just a little something that if you've got kids, do it for them. Just that's something that when I was older or younger, grandpa always just had like little fun facts. So little, it was always interesting. Our teachers always had like a little something that they knew that, they don't, the course doesn't teach. It's just something she knew from college, just in her experience. So it's always fun to somebody like that. That just, fun fact, did you know that this is this? So do it for them grandbabies, do it for them kids. We're going to bring back some country music. We got some Micah's weekend wrap up in about 23 minutes, so stay tuned. Right now, we got Luke Combs back in the saddle, a new hit.
The song's actually pretty good. Let's talk about the most fun state in America.
Most fun state?
Yeah, what do you think it is? Let's talk about it.
All right.
Back in the saddle, that's Luke Combs. I'm Oran Jackson hanging out with Micah Frazier.
Good morning, everybody.
And we're talking about the most fun state in America was just named in a new survey. What do you think it is, Micah?
Oklahoma, of course. Let me see.
Well, latest study ranks. It leads in restaurants, amusement parks, movie theaters, fitness centers, and attraction per capita, scoring 66.89 out of 100.
I'd have to say either California or Florida.
That's right, it's California, ranking the most fun state in 2025. West Virginia ranks last, scoring 19, with poor entertainment and nightlife options. Then Rhode Island, Delaware, Arkansas, and Mississippi. So I guess we're in the middle.
Thank you, Moachtown. Thank you, Broken Bow Lake.
That's right.
Somewhere with someone probably got a big old diamond on your hand right now. Maybe a baby or a couple by now. Drive away through a big white house. Back then you used to love the river and sailing on a six. Yeah, but your dad's so proud. How a little girl turned out. Thanks God for old. Good old boy like me. Sounds good old Trace and friends on Friday. A few niggas come roads on the highway. Guess you never saw things my way anyway. But I wonder when you're taking you find yourself back in a bed that boy from East Tennessee. And I know we both do better, but we still say forever and then sail summers ago. Southern comfort, were we drunk or just younger? Who knows? Back then you used to love the river and sail on a 7 summers ago. 7 summers ago. You find yourself back in a bed that was from East Tennessee. And I know we both do better, but we still stand forever and then 7 summers ago. Southern comfort, were we dumb or just younger? Who knows? Back then you used to love the river, sitting on a 6er with me. Does it ever make you sad? No. That was 7 summers ago. 7 summers ago. 7 summers ago.
That was 7 Summers Ago by the one and only Morgan Wallen. Now we talked about, different stuff you can do, cost-friendly stuff, but what really got me was the learn something new. I think a lot of people are afraid to try stuff for fear of not being great at it. There's a stigma of you shouldn't do this if you're not gonna, if you're not good at it, and that's not the case. Art and stuff. People like to play music. They may not necessarily be the greatest guitarist, but that's what chills them out.
Yeah, being afraid of looking like a beginner.
Yeah, that's what they're, and nobody started out looking, nobody started out just, wailing on a guitar. You got to start somewhere. But how about drawing or sketching? Now, I can't draw to save. I used to. I don't know what happened in between when I was a kid and stuff. I used to love to draw and stuff. I can break out a good stick figure, but Drawing and sketching, all you need is a pencil and a paper to start. How about journaling? Just writing down, great for mindfulness, creativity, and organizing thoughts. Origami, paper folding art that's simple to start. That'd be kind of cool to learn. Do-it-yourself craft, use recycled materials for homemade art or decor. And you think about a lot of people, the most chilled out people are those that do that, like paper mache, just do crafts just for the fun of it. I've never done a craft unless there was a grade attached to it, for school. But, if you ever notice, like the people who do those things, the, hobbies that just for fun, just to do it, they're the most laid back people. And the people that don't really have those hobbies, everything's a competition, everything has to be perfect, they're the most wound up person. Reading is a mental stimulation. Use the library or free ebooks like from Project Gutenberg. So there you go, right there. You got a free app, I guess, or website, Project Gutenberg, for free ebooks. Learning a language, free apps like Duolingo or Tandem. Puzzles, Sudoku, and crosswords, free apps or printables online. My wife will do the crosswords and the Sudoku deal, like just sit there in bed, watch, listen to the TV. She's very old school style, and I love it because we can just sit there, and it's background noise. The TV is, but she can sit there and just do the crosswords and all that stuff. And how about creative writing and poetry? Just a notebook or a digital document needed. And that's a lot of the things. Journaling. If you're going through stuff, writing it down, putting your own words down on paper, that's some of the best therapy right there. So give it a try. You don't have to be great at it. Nobody starts out at the top. Trust me. Maya Angelou did not start out as Maya Angelou, the poet. So we got Lose Control by Teddy Swims here on 96.7 KBEL.
Feels like the walls are all closing in. Devil snuck in at my door. Oh, out of my mind. How many times did I tell you I'm no good at being alone? Yeah, it's taking a toll on me. Trying my best to keep from tearing the skin off my bones. Don't you love how you I'm falling apart right in front of you. Can't you see? I lose control when you're not next to me. You're breaking my heart, baby. You make so easy. Glad I'm at it. Problem is, I can do it on my own, but I want that big boom, no black magic, and it takes two. Problem is, when I'm with you, I'm an addict. In the midst of me, I stand in your teeth, can't see the forest through the trees, got me down on my knees, darling, please. Oh, I'm ooh, when you're not next to me, I'm falling apart right in front of you. You see, I lose control.
What we got next?
We talked a little bit more about, we got musical hobbies, skill building, physical activities, outdoors, collecting, curating.
When you're not here with me, I'm falling apart. I am falling. You can't just see. When you're not here with me, yeah, you're breaking my heart, baby. You're like the best of me.
All right, that was Mr. Teddy Swims with Lose Control. And we're talking about weekend plans that's cost-friendly and effective for your family, that couple, or if you're solo out there. Now we're talking about, learning new things, figuring stuff out. Don't be afraid to look like a beginner, all right? How about musical hobbies? Learning to sing. That's one of the, you're not gonna sound like Aretha or Mariah or Whitney at first, but you can. It's all muscle. They're muscles. It's like working out every day. You can't do it every once in a while. And hey, don't get me wrong. There are some people that it's natural, but it doesn't mean that you can't. There's a lot of people, if you can hum, you can sing. And just don't be afraid. In the shower, if you're by yourself, it doesn't matter. Learning to sing, there's plenty of free vocal exercises online. Look at YouTube. And that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be something that you learn. And you're not going to start out at the top. So take the time, 10 minutes a day, on the weekend. Just go in there 10 minutes, 2 or 3 times a week. Just, go in the room. Back in my day, there was a computer room, a family computer room, where it was dedicated to everything going on with the computer. If you still have one of those, go in there, lock in, learn something. If you get a little bit better 6 months from now, then hey, you're learning, you're doing good. How about rhythm practice or body percussion? No instruments required. Just get used to snapping in rhythm, on beat, in time. Learning an instrument, try secondhand instruments or YouTube lessons. I'll tell you, there's a lot of secondhand instruments on Facebook. Now, some of them, they want an arm and a leg for it, but there's also options for like Amazon and stuff. $100, you can get you a decent, a guitar. I'm not saying it's the best, but if you're just wanting to learn and you don't want to spend too much, there are options out there. How about skill building, coding and web development? That would be crucial to learn at any age. Whether, you and your kids can learn that, because your kids will probably get a lot more use out of that than you will at this time. But that would help them get everything is coding nowadays. Google, every website you're on, your apps, it's all coding. Free Code Camp, Code Academy, and others are free learning paths. So there you go. We're giving you gold right here. Photography. Start with your phone, experiment with composition and lighting. You don't have to be a professional. A lot of these photographers we have around here, they just up and decided that they were going to start a photography LLC. A lot of them did not have any experience. That it was something they were passionate about.
Took a risk.
Yeah, took a risk. Was willing to learn. And then here you go. The people that are taking your Christmas photos, coming up, your Halloween photos, your fall photos with the pumpkins, they just took a risk. There was something they were passionate about, and they just leaped. So learn from them. Ask them how they got started. Cooking and baking. Try simple recipes with pantry staples. And then we'll save the rest of it for later on in the show. But just go out there. Don't be afraid to look like a beginner. Everybody starts somewhere. I understand if you're older, you feel like, you're kind of used up. You can't learn anything new, but it's never too late. Did you know, we talked about this yesterday, the great Willie Nelson the Willie Nelson everybody knows was 43, I believe, or 44 when he finally made it in music. Like when he was finally a world-renowned name, or at least a national name, that was running around with Johnny Cash and all the Outlaws and stuff. He was 43. So think about that. Think about, him being 20 and it just ain't working out. Him being 30, in his 30s, he don't know what he's doing still. He still hadn't caught on, and maybe he started music back then. We don't know. But it wasn't until he was in his mid-40s that you didn't know who he was. Your grandpa or your parent didn't know who Willie Nelson was. So just think about that. You're never too old to learn something new, especially if it's just for you. Try it out, see what happens. We got Micah's Man Up coming up next after this commercial break and after these messages.
Get ready for a summer of adventures. Saturday nights in August at Choctaw Casino's Idabella Broken Bow. Draw
Okay, we got physical activities next.
Win $250 in free play. Drawn at 10, win $500 cash. Drawn at 11, win $1,000 cash. Drawn at midnight, win $1,500 cash. And one winner between both locations, drawn at midnight on Grand Prize Day.
They used to have
wins a 2025 Ford Bronco. Details at ChoctawCasinos.com.
Cashback is not available on gas, New Jersey.
Where they dance doesn't work
gas
out.
lights on. We need to stop and fill up. No way, Jen. Gas runners too
Miss
expensive.
Davis used to do the class.
Listen to your big sister.
Now, some of them classes, they do anything but work out.
I do and use Upside. Upside? Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back.
Like when they got them
every
jumbo
dollar
cords?
gasified. I use it all the time, and they've already made around $200. You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway. Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back. Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRIEND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRIEND for a 25 cents per gallon
on
bonus.
Facebook.
That's code FRIEND for a 25.
Know what y'all doing in y'all spare time as hobbies.
Cooperative. Summer school class, daycare, pole climbing, and bucket truck demonstrations, and explain the importance of energy and how to be safe around electricity. Give them a call today, 1-800-780-6486. Tours are free, and Choctaw Electric looks forward to seeing you. Choctaw Electric Cooperative, keeping members and communities connected for 85 years.
Welcome back to Idabella's First 96.7 KBEL. You're here on live on 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier on this wonderful Friday morning. How you doing today, Oran Jackson?
Doing great. Micah, how you doing this Friday morning?
I'm doing excellent. And today, we're going to talk about the weekend again. It's my weekend wrap up today. It's a busy schedule. This is your time to unwind, recharge, and have some fun. Whether you're planning a road trip, a cookout with friends, or just relaxing at home, make it a memorable, but also make it safe event. Here's why. It's worth paying attention. According to the National Safety Council, weekends are when the majority of accidents happen. Crashes in the United States, and nearly 30% of fatal crashes involve alcohol. So if you're driving, buckle up, put down the phone, and if you've been drinking, get a ride. Don't take that risk, folks. Not only for you, but for everybody else out on the road. Planning a family weekend, keep an eye out on the simple things. hydration, sunscreen. If you're outside, watching your kids near water. Oh, it seems like we've been having a lot of like drownings this year. Watch everybody near the water, folks. Like keep an eye on your people. You know, we don't like to see any of that. You know, someone drowned. We don't like to see the emergency vehicles rushing up north or rushing west. We just don't like to see that, folks. It's not a good feeling because that means it's urgent. It's one thing to see an ambulance, you know, it's coming through. It's one thing when the highway patrol and the sheriffs are flying down the road trying to get to. That means that time is critical. So just watch your people, folks. Play it safe. Don't let it be you. All right. Even the small changes, like checking your car's tire pressure before hitting the highway, can prevent a breakdown or accidents. Another thing to remember: weekends are prime time for outdoor activity. Emergency rooms see more sports injuries, bike accidents, even grill-related fires on weekends than any other time of the week. So the line, weekends are making memories, not mistakes. What do you do? Have a great, safe weekend, and we'll see you back here ready to take on next week. Here on Monday morning at 7 a.m. This has been Micah's weekend wrap up, and what we got cooking up on the radio, Oran Jackson. Looks like Kenny Chesney. We went out last night. Get your request in at 286-6642. You're on Idabel's First, 96.7 KBEL. This is Micah Frazier, chilling with Oran Jackson and you on this beautiful Friday morning. Don't forget, on Trading Lines, we got the birthday list coming up. We got so many names. Any names put on there today will be for next week. This is Kenny Chesney, who went out last night. Brought to you by Morgan Anderson.
Yo, my bad. Choking.
So I told Cornelius when he's going to do his deals on Fridays or whenever he does his stuff, we cut Trading Lines down to like 8:50 since he's supposed to start at 9. That way,
He's coming in at 9:30 today. He's coming in at 9:30 today.
He said 9.
I told him don't be here till 9:30.
That's what he was asking me yesterday.
This is Oran Jackson with 96.7 FM. How's it going? Yes, sir. What's her name? Swayze Story on the birthday list.
Give me another paper.
How old is she turning? Nice. Okay.
Swayze.
All right, well, we're doing the drawing after Trading Lines or during it. Yeah, it's 8:30 to 9.
Tell her she'll be on next week's.
Yes, sir.
Tell her she'll be on next
week's.
It's
Actually, it's gonna be on next week's.
She'll have a better chance next week.
Yeah, next Friday.
We got 22 names.
Appreciate you, sir.
Appreciate the likes, Morgan Anderson. Y'all should have a better chance next week because we might not have as many names.
Yeah, I'll sort you something out.
Good morning, 96.7 KBEL. Not much. How you doing today? What's up? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got to get out the way then. Huh. Yeah. I've tried many times. It ain't gonna work. All right, brother. Bye.
You're tuned in to Audible's first 96.7 KBL. I'm your host, Oran Jackson, here with Micah Frazier.
Good morning, everybody. We got more weekend plans and activities you can learn coming up right after Jason Aldean. You make it easy.
You're my inspiration, girl. You take me places, put the words right into these songs. Stealing kisses undercover, babe. See forever when I see your face. And I swear God made you for me. You make it easy. Oh, no, you make it easy.
Oh, we got to talk about Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, they changed their logo. Did you see that?
What they changed it to?
Something bland, and they took down all like the wall decor and all the. They pretty much updated it to new, but you know that was the whole deal about going to Cracker Barrel. It was supposed to feel like, yeah, that's the new logo. Because it's, you know, they were saying, you know, the whole idea was offensive and all this stuff. So the new CEO changed it to that, and then they changed the insides, everything. It just looks like a basic restaurant now. There are lots of better options out there. Don't get me wrong, it's all right. But I've never once said, "Oh, bro, let's skip."
The new CEO is Julie Fells Massino. She changed.
I guess she's into the woke stuff. Like that was the whole point of going. You wanted to take your kids. You wanted to take, you know, somebody that there was.
I remember Quaker Barrel being so cool to go to.
Yeah, like it was a step back in time, I guess. Back in the day, as just being all out bad. Let's talk about it. All right, back here on live on Tuesday. anything like that. Having some technical difficulties on our Facebook Live, but we're back on now. Let us know. Give us a call, 286-6642. Let us know what your favorite food is or what your favorite part of Cracker Barrel was. And will you continue to go back up there? 286-6642. Till then, what we got, Oran Jackson?
We got She Ain't It by John Party, top of the hour.
Let's go.
Appreciate your call. Means a lot to know. Yeah, I got a minute. You and me can talk about anything you want. Long as she say it's been at least a month since I've had any fun. Buddy, I'll admit it.
What time are you doing your national days?
Usually around 8.
Long as she ain't it. Don't wanna hear her name. I don't wanna see her face. I swear. I know it's gonna hurt if I run into her somewhere. We can hit that place down by the interstate, down past the city limit. Hang out all night long, hear a country song.
I'm just going to do the ones from my phone. Or the ones, I can log in on my phone. It's got National Be an Angel Day, National Bean Better Day, National Bay of Bow Day. Guarantees your taste buds will be shining wildlife because ancient Chinese gastronomic delicacies often. National Surgical Oncologist Day, National Tooth Fairy Day,
I can drink it, I can dance, I can party, I can laugh. No matter how you spin it, everything has changed. My life won't be the same as long as she ain't it. As long as she ain't it.
really ain't got nothing today yet. So the only thing I think of was like a tooth fairy thing.
On this day in 1986, Stand By Me was released.
We'll talk about that. All right, that was John Party. She Ain't In It here on Live on 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier. Now, we've been talking about like stuff you can do that's cost friendly to, help out your weekend plans. And we got physical activities, walking or jogging, explore the local areas. Go to the park. I see a lot of people that, they walk and, jog around the park and stuff. They take their dogs with them, so yeah, hey, take a spot out there and, go jogging with them. Take them out there, let them do his business on some fresh grass. Yoga or stretching, tons of free YouTube videos. And fellas, if you don't think yoga or stretching is working out, let me tell you about 2015. I'm at Northeastern University, and I have this physical health class. And it was pretty much like a class that would get you pretty much to start out being a physical education coach, a PE coach. You remember PE, back in the day, middle school, grade school, you just had fun pretty much. It wasn't too serious. So they were teaching you stuff that we could do and stuff. Well, one day was yoga day, and all of us fellas, and I was no athlete at that time anymore. I was seasoned. I was used up pretty much. But there was still like some basketball players that were playing at Northeastern, and some football players in that class. When I tell you that all the females were like, this is nothing, all the little stretches, the what is it, the baby, or I can't even remember what poses it, downward dog and all that stuff. Yeah, that's not fun. And it looks easy, trust me, they make it look easy. It is not. All those guys were struggling, every one of us. And had she not been lenient on us, we probably would have failed. So, don't be too hard on the yoga, because I guarantee you can't do it on your first try. That's one thing you ain't going to start out knowing how to do all that stuff, or you don't know how much your body can't stretch until you start doing yoga. So shout out to the ladies or anybody else that's in yoga and all that's been doing it for a while. That's some hard work, not going to lie. Body weight workouts, no equipment needed. What do you got to say about body weight workouts, Lord Jackson?
They're definitely the best. I mean, it's just
what do you like to do? Like, let's say you're on a business trip or something, and the gym's just not up to par, and you just rather wouldn't go down there. What's some things you could do in your hotel room? Maybe take the stairs at the, instead of the elevator.
Yeah, always take the stairs instead of the elevator. Never take the elevator.
Always
park in the back too.
Yeah, like it's little stuff like that. Don't park up front, park in the back. Get you a little walk in before you go in the building. Take the stairs. Even, hey, do a little light, the little footballs, the high knees, up the steps. Get a little blood flowing going up in there. How about outdoor and nature-based? We got gardening. Start with small containers of herbs. I see a lot of people doing that. I got a cousin I see on her TikToks and stuff that she does. She grows a lot of her food, peppers, and she's a vegetarian, so she loves all that stuff. Bird watching. Learn about local species or track sightings. How about stargazing using apps like SkyMap to explore the night sky? Hiking, discover nearby trails or parks. And how about collecting or curating pressed flowers and leaves, free and nature inspired? Interesting rocks or shells if you're near a natural area, or thrift finds. Hunt for unique or vintage items on a budget. Let us know if you have any plans this weekend. 286-6642, or go on our chat on Facebook or YouTube Live. We got our National Days, memorial events, and noble birthdays coming up in about 12 minutes. Till then, what do we got?
Here's Drinking Problem by Midland.
One more night, one more down, one more round. First one in, last one out. You've been tired, lost in talking about. They don't know. They don't know. People say I got a drinking problem. That ain't the reason to stop. People saying that I did wrong, just 'cause I'm living on the wrongs. It's the wrongest thing about. So don't live my life alone. People say I got a drinking problem, but I got no problem drinking it. They keep on talking, draw conclusions. They call it a problem and call it a solution. Last come gets
There ain't no reason to stop. What's going on, y'all? Big Mo, still like it? What's your weekend plans? Sorry about the internet. It's just going in and out. They keep on talking, drawing conclusions.
That's Drinking Problem by Midland. I'm Oran Jackson, hanging out with Micah Frazier.
What's going on, everybody? This beautiful Friday morning. What's your plans this weekend, Oran Jackson? You got any?
None.
None.
The best plans are no
Best plans, no plans. We got football. I think college football starts tomorrow. Like, it's week 0 for them. So, no, Alabama and OU and them is not playing this week. They play next week. But if you're just anxious to watch football, I think some of the smaller schools, like University of Texas, El Paso, and all them, the ones nobody usually watches. If you're just hankering for some college football, they should be on tomorrow, probably starting about noon. So we got our national days, birthdays, and memorable events coming up in about 8 minutes. So stay tuned. Till then, we got Bottoms Up by Brantley Gilbert here on Idabelle's First, 96.7 KBEL. Do you know if we're on AE Inbox? It's that Lexi Morales, she's trying to say who do I send the order to in AE Inbox. And I looked that up, and it's, I guess, some kind of radio or whatever. And she said we send all our stuff through there, also known as 11, also known as ePort. I'm going to send you an invitation with instructions to ePort to set up your account. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, if you can't send it just through email or, whatever, it's a scam or something.
Should we take them live?
Yeah.
Good morning. You're live on the 259 with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier.
Ragged old flag. We got that coming up right now for you. What's your name? Deanna? All right. Who's your favorite station, Deanna? 96.7 KBEL. Here's a Ragged Old Flag coming to you from Deanna.
I said the old courthouse is kind of run down. He said, no, it'll do for our little town. I said the old flagpole is leaning a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it. He said, have a seat. And I sat down. Is this the first time you've been to our little town? I said, I think it is. He said, I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night that Francis Scott Key sat watching it right and say, can you see? And it got a bad rip in New Orleans. Pakenham and Jackson dug it in, it seems. And it almost fell at the Alabama. Beside the Texas flag, she waved on. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving back here at home. In her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, refused, and the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape. She's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning.
And put some commercials after the song. Okay. Lead into
we don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her up.
National days.
On second thought, I do like to brag, because I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag.
When it comes to your final arrangements, shouldn't you make the decisions? The arrangements you make will reflect your exact wishes and desires. Pre-arranging your own service will help to ease the burden of your loved ones. It will also alleviate any questions, problems, or differences which can occur among family members. Call Clarity Funeral Services today to learn more about pre-arrangements. 286-4449. 286-4449. Owned and operated by Kelly Clarity. Clarity Funeral Services. Bailey Lumber Company's been helping build this area for over 80 years. And Bailey's is bigger and better than ever. At Bailey Lumber Company, you'll find a 30,000 square foot showroom with everything from nuts and bolts and power tools to paint, electrical, plumbing, and flooring, and from the basics to the heart of fun. Bailey Lumber Company is a 10-acre drive-through lumber yard with over 140,000 square feet under roof. Their lumber inventory has doubled over the years, and what you need under your roof, you'll find at Bailey's under theirs. Drive a little and save a lot to Bailey Lumber Company, 5 miles east of Rothenbow on Highway 70 to Bailey's.
We all know Choctaw Casino Idabel is a great place for adults to kick back and have a great time. But you know what makes it even better? It's fun for the whole family. Yeah, even for the kids. The district at Choctaw Casino Idabel offers up a huge serving of family fun, like bowling, a snack bar, and if that's not enough, we've also thrown in a giant arcade. We even offer party packages and event specials where you get to play, kids get to play too. It sounds like a win-win to us. See you and the family at the district at Choctaw Casino Idabel.
All right, we're back live on 2:59 in the morning with Oran Jackson and Micah Frazier here on Idabel's First 96.7 KBEL. And it's time for your August 22nd National Days, notable birthdays, and memorable events. Today, National Be an Angel Day. On August 22nd, National Be an Angel Day encourages good deeds and kindness to others. By supporting those in need and inspiring others to kindness, we display an act of an angel here on earth. So go out there and be an angel to somebody today, folks. Never Been Better Day. If you've waited for a Never Been Better Day to enjoy the unconditional love of your canine companion, August 22nd is the day. Just like our ever joyful pets, the day casts away the worries and spreads enthusiasm for life. Why was it? I thought that would be something like with coffee. Never Been Better Day. It's talking about pets. I guess you're taking your pets out for the day. Whatever it means to you, do it. Have a cup of coffee or go take your dog for a walk. National Bayo Day. National Bayo Day guarantees your taste buds will be shouting wow or why. Or why? Because ancient Chinese gastronomic delicacies often cause oohs and ahs on food holidays. And if that hurts your stomach, National Surgical Oncologist Day. National Surgical Oncologist Day on August 22nd recognizes the accomplishments of every life-saving surgeon who specializes in abolishing cancer. National Tooth Fairy Day. Wiggle loose a tooth and maybe the Tooth Fairy will collect it on August 22nd during National Tooth Fairy Day. Since the day is celebrated twice a year, recognize the Tooth Fairy again on February 28th. And last but not least, National Pecan Torte Day. National Pecan Torte Day on August 22nd recognizes a delicious pecan treat. Of all pecan recipes, the torte delivers a decadent dessert that's also versatile. Your notable birthdays for August 22nd: Archibald Willard, 1836, painter of the famous work The Spirit of 76, formerly known as Yankee Doodle. Melville Elijah Stone, Chicago Daily News. Ned Hamlin, 1850, of inside baseball and hit and run. So my uncle was lying. Huh? Charles Francis Jenkins, 1867, inventor of the pioneer of early cinema. Willis R. Whitney, 1868, chemist and founder of the research lab at the General Electric Company, who is also considered the father of industrial research. Ernest H. Vollweiler, 1893, scientist and co-inventor of the most widely used anesthetic, pentothal. Connie B. Gay, 1914, co-founder of the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum. They're trying to get me canceled up in here. Denton Cooley, 1920, heart surgeon who performed the first artificial heart transplant. Valerie Harper, 1939, actress fondly remembered for her role as Rhonda on The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Ron Dante, 1945, the real-life lead singer of the fictional cartoon Band of Archies, or Band the Archies. Cindy Williams, 1947, actress who played the crossover character Shirley Feeney on the sitcoms Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley. David Marks, 1948, original member of the Beach Boys. Carolyn L. Mazlumi, 1948, art historian and aerospace engineer who was also known for her quilts and often told historical stories about early African American culture. And Ricky Yoon, 1971, Asian American actor widely known for his role in movie hits such as Snow Falling on Cedars, the Fast and Furious films, and Die Another Day, James Bond. That's all your notable birthdays. Next, your memorable events for August 22nd. 1654, Jacob arrives in New Amsterdam and becomes the first documented Jewish immigrant to America. 1902, the Cadillac Motor Company is founded. 1902, President Roosevelt becomes the first president to make a public appearance in an automobile. 1950, Althea Gibson becomes the first black competitor in a national tennis competition. 1950, Ralph Teeter receives the first patent to cruise control. 1951, the Harlem Globetrotters play in the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. And in 1966, the United Farm Workers Organizing Committee is formed. That has been your national days, your notable birthdays, and memorable events for August 22nd. We have about 3 minutes left before trading lines. And here is Finally Friday to Get Your Friday Going by George Jones. All right, Facebook, we out.
Y'all have a good weekend. Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see y'all Monday, 7 a.m.